How's it going, guys? Seeker of Darkness back here in Union Cross, doing a follow-up from yesterday's video regarding the Hainer, Pence, and Olette B medals. I'm kind of walk you through what I've been doing with them and show you what exactly I mean by the most optimal way to get these medals. So let's start with the Pence B medal up here. I've guilted him at 50%. The guilt, I think, doesn't really matter as far as the damage output because these are obviously not damage medals, including their ability. They're very defensive medals, so your guilt isn't really going to matter on them, except for your Nova bonus, so you can farm those to your heart's content. The important thing about it is going to be the extra attack on it. You want extra attack on all copies of this medal, and it hasn't been easy to do, but I have managed to get extra attack on quite a few of them. Like these ones here, they all have the extra attack on them, and I've got 3 of these. The reason for that is because this is Pence B, just Pence B. That's the medal that I'm going to have to be Pence B. And then with the plus 1000 defense here, this is going to be my Olette B medal just for the sake of being Olette B. But these two on the side are the ones that I'm using as my templates to go ahead and evolve into the Hainer, Pence, and Olette trio. The reason why I'm not able to evolve them right now is because I wasn't able to participate in Union Cross as much as I would have liked to on the first 2 days, so I still need to get a copy of these to evolve my 2 Olettes here into the trios. But when I do evolve them, the idea is that now they've both going to evolve with the extra attack trait on them, and they're already going to have their guilt. And then from what I've heard, because the guilt is not maxed out, if I throw a magic mirror on there, it will unlock the Nova bonus for the trio. So these are the 2 that I've kind of got set up in order to evolve into the trio. And then the most important thing we have to talk about here is my Hainer B medal. I haven't gotten nearly as far on this one as I have with the others. As you can see, there's no extra attack trait on either of them, but in order to get that in the most resource conscious or resource saving way is going to be get multiple copies of this 5-star and then just keep throwing them in, even if I get a 3rd dot on this or even if I go past a 3rd dot on this. The point is just to keep on going until I get an extra attack trait on this, because at that point I'll go ahead and evolve it, and then I'll evolve this one or fuse this one with 3 dots into the one with the extra attack trait, and that's how I'm going to get extra attack trait without having to evolve a ton of level 5s into 6s and then combine those 6s into the original 6 and keep rolling that way until I get an extra attack trait on it, because every time you do that you're going to be using 5 Hainer medals that you could have just been using on the 5-star version to get the extra attack. So you just want to get the 5-star versions, and then you want to get the extra attack on that, and then prepare a second copy with the 3 or 2 dots depending on how quickly you get it to combine into your evolved 5-star that has the extra attack on it. So that's just kind of like a little update. I'm showing you like what I'm doing with mine, and kind of just showing you guys what I think is the most resource conscious way and time saving way of going about and getting these medals all with extra attack on them. And then to close out this video, the other thing that we have to talk about is going to be the medals coming out in just a few minutes here, actually, and those medals are going to be, we have HD Ventus. So let's go ahead and talk about HD Ventus real quick. So it's an upright speed medal. It hits AoE, so it's going to hit all your opponents. It deals 11 hits and lowers the defense of all targets by 2 tiers for 1 turn. That's not attribute defense, that's general defense. So that actually makes it kind of a powerful medal. We don't really have very many medals in the game right now that are AoEs that can drop the general defense of all targets by 2 tiers. And it's got a pretty decent multiplier on it on a 3 gauge cost. Overall, very decent medal. And then let's go ahead and look at Ansem. This one deals 7 hits, raises strength by 1 tier for 3 turns, lowers defense of all targets by 1 tier for 3 turns. So potentially, this Ansem SP can get you a bigger net tier bonus than the Ventus can, because it only drops the general defense by 2 tiers for 1 turn, where this can eventually reach a maximum of 3 tiers over the course of 3 turns, which of course makes the Ventus medal much faster. But in an event like the Sun Gem challenges, if it's going to last a few turns, if you're trying to just grind through these bosses, then this will ultimately be the better medal. But as far as pulling for them, as far as I'm aware, the banner for these medals does not include a guaranteed to pull within X amount of draws aspect to it. So would I pull for them right now? I would if I had a crazy amount of jewels. And I know that 20,000, that is kind of a lot, but I'm saving up for Sephiroth EX. I think it's one of the only medals that's actually worth chasing, since I did not get Axel EX. But would I pull for these new medals without the guaranteed to pull with an X aspect? I don't think I will. I don't think they're as good, especially since we have the 0.2 Kyrie deal going on right now. Overall, that deal is just much better. You're going to want to try to get her first. She is a game-changing medal, and while these medals can be good, especially the HD Ventus in the last slot of Sleeping Lion, it won't have an impact on your game like 0.2 Kyrie will. While she's here for the remaining week, you should try to get her before you get these two medals, because while they are good and while they do have their place in certain setups, they're just not as good as 0.2 Kyrie. And then even for me, where I do have enough jewels to probably go after them, they're going to end up in the pull system anyway, so I'm not really crazy about getting them right now. I want to save up my jewels as much as possible for Sephiroth EX, but that's just kind of my outlook on the game, kind of a little update on what I'm doing with it, and I hope that the things that I have said here can help you guys out. And if you guys have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments section below. I'm not going to say I'm like the best player at this game. These are just my thoughts, and I'm always open to the idea of learning more from you guys to be able to play this game more effectively. But anyways, guys, that's just my little update. Seeker of Darkness here, signing out. Thanks for watching.